Now, I love Adbri products. I've been using them, laying them and walking on them for over 20 years. But I get asked lots of questions about why I like it. I like it because it looks good and it's hard wearing. But people at home sometimes have an issue like this where they get like a white chalky film over the top of their pavers. The good news is there's some simple reasons to explain it and even simpler ways to get rid of it. What it is just when the cement's drying, when they've made the paver, it releases some salts and minerals. That comes to the surface and it's what you see. It happens twice. One when they're making the paver for the first 3 days, but Adbri put in an additive that stops that. And then it happens again as it gets even drier and stronger at home in situ. A couple of things you can do. If you're not laying your pavers straight away, unwrap them, take the plastic off the side so they don't sweat, and then this won't come out. And if you can try and keep your road base and your sand relatively dry when you're working with it, it means that there's less moisture to come to the surface to push this stuff out. If it does appear, try it just with a stiff broom and see if it goes away. But there's a couple of different chemicals you can use to really get rid of it permanently. Now you can give it a sweep with a stiff broom, and the only thing that'll do is make you feel good. Or you can add some paving sand to it, which guess what? Sand. Works exactly like sandpaper and has the potential to take off marks. The sand works. If it's a bit damp or wet, it works even better. But the chances of getting rid of all the efflorescence is pretty much none and bucklers. But if you're one of those people that are really fastidious and you want to look after your pavers, to get rid of it quickly, you can use anti-F. Now you dilute this 25:1. It's important you do it in a plastic watering can, not a metal one, because it's highly corrosive. Now all I've done there is rinse down the pavers, which is going to dilute what we put onto it and make it easier to move around. Now, the anti-F has got some pretty strong acids in it to remove that white stain, so it's pretty important that we protect ourselves from that. Sunnies on or safety glasses on so it can't splash back in your eyes, and waterproof gloves. A plastic watering can like this is perfect. If you used a metal one, it would react with the acids and it can get really dangerous. Put it on and scrub it around for about 2 to 3 minutes, making sure that you have an even coverage of the acid, the anti-F. Now the brush I'm using is called an Eager Beaver. If you don't want to splurge, you can use that stiff brush, but if you use this once, you'll know exactly why it's worth buying. Go across them in all different directions. Straight up, straight across, on the 45. Just make it totally and completely random, and that way you'll cover everything at least a couple of times. It's a really good idea to keep your safety gear on when you're rinsing it off, just in case it splashes back on you. And I've got long pants and a long sleeve shirt on to protect all of my skin. What we do next is let it dry, then we dampen it again and put a pH neutral wash over the top, and that'll neutralise it for years to come. If you want to seal it after that, you can once it's dry. I'd give it a couple of days. The next step is to neutralise it. All this Refresh is a pH neutral substance, so it's nice and safe. I don't have to worry about the gloves. A cap full into a watering can of water. Pour it around, move it around with a brush and wash it off, and the job's done. But there you go, the proof's in the pudding. All the white marks have gone, the pavers look great. Now as they dry, if you do see something appear, just repeat the process. But if you do it well the first time, you're a really good chance of doing it 100%. And there you are, the pavers, the way they're meant to look.